Good evening, teachers. Hi, Parveen ma'am, Sushila ma'am, Sujitra ma'am. Good evening. Welcome. Hi, Prachi ma'am, Vasudha ma'am, Richa ma'am, Shilpa ma'am, Shilpi ma'am. Sumi ma'am, Anantalakshmi ma'am, Parveen ma'am, Shraddha ma'am, Devaki ma'am. Good evening to all of you. Which city are you joining us from today? Let us know. Where are you joining us from? Good evening to all of you. Sri Vidya ma'am, Santoshi ma'am, Juhi ma'am, Sakshi ma'am, Kruti ma'am. Hello, welcome. Teachers, we are just waiting for some more teachers to join from across the country. A couple of minutes and then we get started. Hi, Priya ma'am, Gayatri ma'am, Logeshwari ma'am, Isha ma'am, Komala ma'am, Gagandeep ma'am. Good evening, welcome. We have Wahida Rahman ma'am. Nice. Hello, Deepika ma'am, Vasanta ma'am, Madhusmita ma'am. Hi, Shubha ma'am, Navneet ma'am. We'll just wait for one more minute and get started. We are already at 3:20. Our strength is at 3:20 right now. Just 1 minute and then we'll get started. Hi, Sujata ma'am, Kirandeep ma'am, Chetna ma'am, Sheila ma'am. Good evening. Have your schools closed? Are you already on vacation? Or are you the ones for whom the schools are about to open in the month of June? Hi, Savleen ma'am, Neha ma'am, Gurpreet ma'am, Maheshwari ma'am, Swapnali ma'am. Hi, good evening and welcome. Oh, Jyoti ma'am is in vacation mode right now. What are the plans?
Schools are
About
about
to
to open.
open for Anjana ma'am. Schools are about to open. So we have a mixed crowd of the ones who are enjoying their holidays, set for the holidays, and the ones who are, almost at the fag end of their holidays. All right. Rajni, over to you. I think we are ready.
Thank you so much. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Oxford Advantage webinar, where we explore the transformative impact of socio-emotional learning in the classroom. This session, led by the product and editorial team, delves into the Embracing Harmony curriculum for grade 1 to 5, designed to foster emotional intelligence, resilience, and interpersonal skill in young learners. Before introducing the facilitator of today's session, here are a few housekeeping norms that we will follow during the session. Everyone, apart from the presenters, are on mute, and this being a webinar platform, cameras are switched off too. This is done to keep distractions to the minimum. If you have any query, it is highly recommended that you make a note of it in your notebook. There is a high possibility that the query will get resolved as we go through the session. If not resolved, at the end of the session, please put it in the Q&A section and our facilitators will pick it up and respond. We are trying to maintain very high quality of connectivity. However, Just in case any issue occurs, we will keep you updated on the corrective measures we are taking. If you find disturbance in audio or video at your end, please log out and log in back. This usually resolves the issues. At the end of the webinar, make sure that you receive a feedback link. Kindly take 5 minutes to fill in the feedback form. Once submitted, you will receive your certificate to participation in your inbox in your email. However, attendance of a minimum duration of 60 minutes is essential for the certificates to get generated. If you face any issue, please drop in a message in the Oxford Advantage WhatsApp group or speak to the manager academic excellence assigned to your school. Let us now move on to get introduced to the facilitator of the day. We are honored here to have Swati Sharma as our facilitator, an educator at heart whose journey embodies dedication and innovation in the field of education. With over a decade of experience spanning teaching, teacher training, curriculum development, digital learning, and hands on learning methodologies, Swati brings a well rounded perspective to the discussion. Her diverse expertise, coupled with her strong research background in electrical and electronic engineering, allows her to bridge the gap between structured academic knowledge and experiential student learning. Currently serving as a foundational grades content developer, Swati is deeply committed to make learning a joyous, enriching, and impactful experience for young minds. Beyond her professional achievements, Swati's passion for creativity, storytelling, and exploration enhances her ability to connect with learners in meaningful ways. Her beliefs in lifelong learning reflects in her approach, ensuring that teachers and students alike experience education as a dynamic and evolving process. Join us as we navigate the power of socio-emotional learning, explore best practices, and discover ways to create harmonious, inclusive learning spaces for young learners. So let us welcome Swati over here. Over to you, Swati.
Thank you so much, Rajni, for such kind words. A warm welcome to all the teachers. Thanks a lot for joining from different parts of the country. I'm very delighted, very grateful for all of you to join this session. So, today's session, as Rajni has already introduced, is about wellness curriculum that we have in Oxford Advantage. But before going into that session, I would like to know. So, I have seen the names of all the teachers who have been saying good evening. Good evening to all of you. What I would like you to do is think about one feeling that you associate with very much. For example, for me, I associate with the feeling curious, being curious. Then think about a color that you associate with that feeling, right? So you have to do two things. You have to think about one feeling and then the associated color with that feeling. Write that down in the chat box. I'll show an example for this. If you can see on my screen, for example, my name is Swati. I associate orange color with being curious, and this is one feeling that I associate myself with. So if I can have some responses on this. uh, Before that, I'm sorry, I need to introduce my colleague Rupali Kaushik, who is working behind the curtains and showing me all your comments. So she'll be assisting me in this session, and she'll be helping me in reading out all the comments that you send. So, waiting for responses in the chat box, where I'm expecting you to write one feeling and one color that you associate with that feeling. Okay, let me see some comments here. Joyful red, love red. Okay, cool. Kavita ma'am says she associates cool with white, right? Okay. Feeling light with sky blue, happy pink, happy green. Great. Good responses. Okay. Peace white, blue cool. Okay. Happy blue, peace white. Lots of peace associated with white. Love red, peace white. Gurdeep ma'am says excited red. Okay. Yellow bright day. Awesome. Helping with blue, excited with red, peace with green, discipline with green, anger with black, okay? Excited with blue, purple with excitement, talkative with blue, perseverance with green. Great. Lots of responses coming in the chats. Thank you so much, teachers. Let's read out three more responses and then we'll move ahead. Kindness with blue, black majestic, excited green. Awesome. Thank you so much, teachers, for that response. Now, do you observe here that one color is being associated with different feelings for different people? And that's how we process things. For different people, processing different things might be different. Somebody is associating black with anger, somebody is associating black with majestic, somebody associated blue with happiness, and somebody associated red with happiness. And that's how things are different for different people. And it happens because we acknowledge the different type of feelings that we feel, different types of things that we feel, and how we associate it different things. So now it becomes very important for our kids also to know what are the things that they are feeling. You would observe that the kids, especially in foundational grades and then moving forward to the primary grades, sometimes struggle in explaining the feelings that they are having. They sound confused. They are not able to express what they are feeling. So we need to give them the tools where they can understand and then explain, then accept, and then manage their feelings. Now, wellness curriculum is not just about feelings and emotions. Wellness is a very broad term that encompasses emotional well being, physical well being, mental well being, right? All types of well being in a child. And as teachers, we have this responsibility towards our kids to provide these tools in the classrooms so that it helps them in the classrooms as well as the life outside of the classrooms. So we'll start with our session. So I'll start with these two pictures. When you see these two pictures, what are some of the first thoughts that come in your mind? Waiting for some responses. When you see these two pictures that you can see on the screen, first thought, without thinking anything, what is the first thought that comes in your head? What are the different things that you can observe? Okay, happy while playing, happy children, enjoyment, happy together, kids are playing, enjoying. Okay, picnic, great. Happiness of children, celebration, they are all happy. Everyone is special in their own way. Very good response, Shivani ma'am. Celebration, enjoying, happy family, went to trip, okay, happiness, lots of happiness, okay. Everyone is happy, but everyone is doing something different. Yes, very good observation. Okay, playing with friends, love, okay, children enjoying together. Yes, children enjoying together and being very happy, colorful, awesome. Thank you for these responses, teacher. Can you see that, as one of the teacher also pointed out, each child is different here, is unique here. You can see different um, uh, face colors, different hair colors, hair type. There is inclusivity in this picture. Also, the kids are, each child is doing something different. They are interacting with each other, yet you can see each child in a unique way. You can also see there is harmony between these kids, and there is harmony between the kids and the plants and the animals. And this is the whole premise of wellness curriculum known as embracing harmony in Oxford Advantage. We chose this name very carefully because we want the kids to embrace harmony, harmony within themselves, harmony with the society, and harmony with the world around them. So, what is embracing harmony? Embracing harmony is a wellness curriculum. We have collaborated with Rangeet to author active playful lessons designed around the National United Nations Sustainable Developmental Goals, which are also called SDGs, for grades 1 to 5. These lesson plans aim at building socio-emotional ecological skills in children. The lesson plans for you will be available on OUP's digital platform. Now, a question might come in your head: what is Rangeet? Now, Rangeet is a platform which is best in the market. They have researched and worked on socio-emotional learning of the kids for past many years. So, because they were the best in the market, we collaborated with them to source content and digital assets which are used in our curriculum, Embracing Harmony. It's a platform that offers an experiential curriculum and aims at improving the emotional health and well-being of children. They follow a curriculum called Seek, in which they focus on social, emotional, and ecological knowledge. It is designed around United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which I'll take you through. What are these goals? Now, it encompasses three umbrellas. Now, it is very important for us to understand the main three umbrellas that are being covered in socio emotional learning. These three umbrellas you can see at the bottom of the screen. These are self, society, ecology. So we start with the self. For a kid, they become self aware about their feelings, about their health, what is good for them, what is bad for them, how to raise their voice, concerns, and if they are not okay with something. Then they move from self to society. So their umbrella is expanding. So they move to society where they see themselves as a part of a society. They stand up for their rights. What if they are not feeling something is not right? They stand up for that. They learn about gender equality and all these things that they might experience in their day-to-day lives. And then they move to the ecology umbrella where they learn about the world around them, the plants, the animals, all these things that help them move from self to society to ecology. Now, how does it align with embracing harmony? For all the teachers in grades 1 and 2, you would be aware that we have theme based curriculum. Now, in grades 1 and 2, on the left side, you can see these are the highlighted ones, are the names of our themes that start from I am special and goes to earth and sky. So, if I go back to my screen, previous slide, the umbrellas are moving from self to ecology. Like they are learning about self and then slowly, gradually moving to the world. So it fits well with our theme progression where we start from I am special, they're learning about themselves, and then moving forward to world. Similarly, for grades 3 to 5, they are starting from us and the world and then moving to earth and beyond. So, this is how we have aligned the themes in accordance with Rangeet's idea of three umbrellas. I'll repeat those umbrellas: self, society, ecology. Now, what are these sustainable development goals that we are talking about? The sustainable development goals, also known as the global goals, were adopted by the United Nations in 2015 as a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure that by 2030 all people enjoy peace and prosperity. So these are 17 SDGs which are integrated. So basically, work in one area, so they do not operate in silos. The whole idea behind this is that if an individual is working in one area, it will affect outcomes in others. And that development must balance social, economic, and environmental sustainability. So these are just some, these are 17 sustainable development goals. You can read out the names. Uh, because we have 8 themes in grades 1 and 2 and 6 themes in grades 3 to 5, so we picked most grade appropriate SDGs for those particular grades: 8 SDGs for grades 1 and 2, and 6 SDGs for grades 3 to 5. Now, this was about sustainable development goal. We also talked about Rangeet. Now coming to NCF. NCF talks heavily on socio-emotional development. It emphasizes that socio-emotional development impacts the other domains of development, that no domain can work in silos. You cannot just work on physical development or cognitive development and not take care of the socio-emotional development. It also emphasizes that physical, cognitive, language development, which are very important for the kids, is highly influenced by how children feel about themselves. So you would always observe the kids who feel good about themselves, who feel loved. They also perform better in the classrooms. And this is backed by research. The kids who are aware of their feelings, who are able to express their feelings, or who are in a safe environment are generally performing well in other domains also. Also, this also helps them to express their ideas and emotions. Now, NCF has talked about five-fold development process. I'll just take you through it very briefly. So there are 5 developmental folds in a child. So these are the inner self, mind layer, physical layer, life force, energy layer, and intellectual layer. So, how we have designed embracing harmony, we have kept in mind all these 5 folds of development, and we are working on all these developmental goals to help the child to realize their emotions, the inner self, the mental part, physical part, life force energy, relating with the society and the world, and the intellectual layer. These are the development domains as suggested by NCF. These are physical, cognitive, language and literacy, socio emotional and ethical, aesthetic and cultural development. So, I have a question for you, teachers. uh, which domain would embracing harmony would fall into? You can see the options, 5 domains on the screen. Which domain would embracing harmony fall into? Waiting for some responses. Teachers, I'll repeat the question. You can see 5 domains. Which domain would embracing harmony as a curriculum fall into? Okay, so okay, Jyoti ma'am says physical development. The other Jyoti ma'am says cognitive. Astha ma'am says social emotional. Cognitive, aesthetic, and cultural. Okay, activities and culture. Option one, cognitive, socio-emotional, socio-emotional. Okay, lots of socio-emotional, cognitive, socio-development. Okay, so just to clear this, embracing harmony, it is a wellness curriculum which is working on social skills, emotional skills, ethical skills, and well-being of a child, overall well-being of a child. It falls into socio-emotional and ethical development. Thank you, teachers, for your response. Now I would like to take you through the curriculum structure of embracing harmony. As explained earlier, grades 1 and 2 have 8 themes, grades 3 to 5 have 6 themes. Now, each theme has been mapped to an SDG. So, naturally, in grades 1 and 2, you will see total 8 SDGs, and grades 3 to 5, you will see 6 SDGs. Now, each theme has been given 4 teaching periods with curated lesson plans, which can be covered in 35 minutes. Now, for grades 1 and 2, if we go by this calculation, if there are 4 lesson plans for each theme, so there are 32 teaching days that you need to dedicate to embracing harmony. And for grades 3 to 5, there will be 24 teaching days. Each lesson plan is mapped to the curricular goals and competencies as endorsed by the National Curriculum Framework. The curriculum is experiential and helps the child build skills to help them in and out of school. Now, before moving ahead, I have a question for you, teachers. Have you been using these lesson plans in the classroom? Have you been conducting embracing harmony uh, teaching periods in the classroom? Very honest answer, yes or no. Have you been using? Did you have a chance to go through it? Okay, lots of yes. Pooja ma'am says, Gurpreet ma'am says yes. Okay. Uh, okay. Okay. ठीक है. Lots of yes. I can see. Not yet. Okay. Very honest. Sheila ma'am says no. Okay. Now, a very natural question. The next question: do you think it's important to conduct these classes for the kids, whether they are in grades 1 and 2, grades 3 to 5? Yes. Okay. Yes. Very important. Thank you, Komal ma'am. Of course. Okay. Thank you, Isha ma'am. Yes, for the overall development, Bharti ma'am says that. Okay, thank you, Bharti ma'am. Deepali ma'am says yes, very important. Thank you so much, teachers, for that response. Even if you are not being able to use these lesson plans in the classroom, I would like to emphasize that wellness for the kids in the classroom, wellness in all the areas of a child's life is very important. But if we can give them a space in our classrooms where we are talking about different types of well being, they are aware about it, it will bring out a lot in a child. They will be more secure, they'll know how to express their feelings, they'll be more aware about their self, the society, and the world. It's very important that we take out some time and use these lesson plans in the classroom. You will see the kids will enjoy these lesson plans. They will interact with you. And beyond the academics, they will be able to explore different things. So I'll urge all the teachers, you have this power to bring this wellness in your classrooms. Please use this power and introduce your kids to this well-being wellness curriculum, right? Even if you have not had the chance to use it, please, after this session, whenever your school starts, please take out some time and use these lesson plans. There are only 32 teaching days for grades 1 and 2, 24 teaching days for grades 3 to 5 that you have to take out from the whole year. Please try to find out that time and implement these lesson plans in your classroom. Thank you so much, teachers. We'll move forward now. Now I'll show you what is the pedagogy and structure so that you're aware how these lesson plans are designed. So as I talked about, every theme is mapped to a SDG, right? And each SDG has been divided into 4 lesson plans. For example, in theme 1, we have mapped theme 1, which is I am special in grades 1 and 2. We have mapped it to SDG 3, which is good health and well-being. So it has 4 lesson plans. Four-fold learning process is being followed in all the Embracing Harmony lesson plans. These four-fold learning processes are: first, we start with Let's Learn, where a teacher is transferring the knowledge to equip the students with information. There are a lot of things that the kids might not be aware of. They might have some prior knowledge, but we need to give them the proper knowledge transfer with the exact words, exact terminologies, how to use that knowledge, right? That we'll do in our first session, which is Let's Learn. The second session is Let's Practice, where we give the opportunity to the kids to practice the session, right? Where opportunities to solve problems, think critically while practicing the concepts, that happens in Let's Practice. Then Let's Apply, where we give activities to apply the concept and connect to real life. And the last one is Let's Sustain. Let's Sustain, where we want the kids not only to learn, practice, apply, we also want the kids to sustain that information, not just inside the classroom, but outside the classroom also. So here is an example of Embracing Harmony lesson plan. Theme 1 is being tagged to SDG 3, good health and well-being. So in Let's Learn, I have given an example here. You can see here in Let's Learn, we are helping the child to identify the feelings. Then in Let's Practice, we are helping the child to map the feelings to different situations. What are the different situations they might feel this particular feeling? In Let's Apply, we are helping them to manage the feelings. If they feel too angry, what are the things that they can do? How to manage a feeling if it goes in extreme. And then in Let's Sustain, we help them identify their support system. The people they can go to when they are overwhelmed, when they are not able to make sense of their feelings, and how to seek support from the support system. This is an example of how um, one theme flows in this fourfold learning process, starting from Let's Learn, Let's Practice, Let's Apply, Let's Sustain. Quickly, teachers, just one response from you. Let's learn, let's practice, let's apply, let's sustain. Do you think this fourfold learning process will bring out the wellness in the classrooms, will help the child to basically explore that topic and also to sustain it from learning, practicing, applying, sustaining? Do you think it's helpful, it's beneficial, it's doable? Do you think this can be done in the classrooms? Okay, I'm getting lots of yes, definitely. Great. Okay. Right, Iram ma'am, thank you so much. Yes, especially for such age group, the kids are very impressionable. They will implement what they learn. Yes, Shilpa ma'am, thank you for that response. Lots of yes. Thank you so much, teachers, for interacting and responding on this. This gives us confidence that what we have made is doable in the classroom because you are the guys on the ground who are going to implement it. So this is how four-fold learning process for each SDG has been designed. On the right side, you can see how what is the structure of lesson plan. It is same as the structure being used in maths, English, world around us. We have kept it same so that it is easier for you because you have been using that structure of lesson plan. So we have kept the lesson plan structure same. We start with warm up, where we engage the kids while introducing the new concept. Then we go to procedure. We use activities. We use Rangeet's assets and discussions. And then we wrap up by summarizing the session. So we have kept the structure of the lesson plan the same as we do for other subjects. Now, let me show you one lesson plan example. Here, I showed you let's learn, let's practice, let's apply, let's sustain for theme 1, and the SDG was good health and well-being. So, I have picked up lesson plan 1.1, which is identifying feelings. So let's learn identifying feelings. You will see the structure here. We are just seeing the structure of the lesson plan. So warm up will give you some steps, what is to be done. You will also see the assets, digital learning resources that you can show during that particular activity. Then you'll move to procedure. We have given very detailed uh, activities. For example, in curiosity, because for such small kids, for especially for grades 1 and 2, how do you explain a particular feeling? What are the exact words that you need to tell? um, because we don't want to overwhelm them, we don't want to give them something that they don't understand. So we have given very simple language, lots of questions that you can ask, and please feel free to add in your own charm in the lesson plans. If you feel you can do something else keeping the essence of the lesson plan same, please feel free to do that. And then we'll move to wrap up, where either an activity, a dance, song, audio will be played for the kids to summarize, or some discussion points where the teacher is asking the questions from the kids and they're answering to summarize the whole session. Now I understand there might be visibility problem in this. This was not to read, just to show you how warm up, procedure, and wrap up looks like for you in terms of lesson plan. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to demo one session for you on uh, one particular SDG. So what I'm going to do, I'll stop sharing. We'll now pretend that we are in a classroom and I am the teacher and you guys are the students, right? Role reversal here. You become the students and I am your teacher, and I am going to demo one lesson plan for you. Okay, so we'll assume this is a normal classroom where there are girls and boys both. Okay, and I'm going to ask some questions in between. You'll get a poll on that answer because I know you cannot speak in this session, but I want interaction with you. So whenever I start a poll, you'll get options, either multiple choice questions, or you will get something to write, a short answer. Okay, ready? Let's start. Okay, welcome children to the class. I have a new rule today. So the boys will sit on the left and the girls are going to sit on the right. Now that you have sat in your groups, I have an announcement to make. The boys will get only half time of their lunch break and the girls will get the full time. Okay, so from today onwards, the girls will get the whole time for their lunch break and the boys will get only the half time. Now, if this was the arrangement done for you, I am starting with the question. My first question is, how do you feel about this arrangement? You will get a poll on your screen. Waiting for some responses on that. How do you feel about this arrangement? Good? Bad? Okay. Okay. So I have got 59% bad and 41% good. Okay. We are waiting for some more responses. 55% bad, 45% good. Okay. Okay. Thank you for that response. I'm closing this poll now. Okay. In the chat now, I want to know everyone who wrote good. Why did they feel good? Everyone who wrote bad. Why did they feel bad? Okay. I'm getting responses here already. Equality should be there, not good, bad. Okay. Not a good arrangement. There is gender biasness. All are equal. Girls and boys both are same. Then why this discrimination? Good question. Okay. Now I want to ask another question to you, students. My second question is the treatment for both groups the same? Again, you'll get a poll. My first question was, how did you feel about it? More than half said they felt bad about it. My second question is that the boys got half the lunch break. Lunch break was for 1 hour. The boys got for 30 minutes only. The girls got it for the full 1 hour. Is this treatment same for both the groups? Acha, so I've got response. 58% of the teachers say yes, the treatment is same for both the groups. I would like to see some responses in the chat box. How was this treatment same? Okay, so in the chat box, I am getting responses. Okay, lunch break should be same, equality should be there, treatment should be same. Okay, thank you, kids, for this answer. Now, the third question I have in the chat box, give me some words to describe this situation. One word to describe this situation. What one word can you use to describe the situation? Gender bias, unfair, uneven, hurting, gender bias, treatment should be same. Equality, gender discrimination. Great. Thank you, teachers, for this response. Now, in this situation, do you think both the groups One group where all the girls were there, one group where all the boys were there. Do you think they got both the groups got the same opportunity to do the things they want to do? Yes or no? Do you think both the groups got the same opportunities? Lots of no. Okay. My next question is it fair to treat both groups in this way? Is it fair? Because I read the word unfair, uneven, unequal. Is it fair to treat both the groups in this way? Okay, unanimously it's no. Okay, thank you so much, teachers. Okay, kids, now what I want to show you is a comic strip. Let me share my screen again. Let's read a comic strip now. Okay, so I hope it is visible to everyone. So there are two kids, Amir and Meera. So Meera meets Amir and says, "Hello, Amir. May I be a part of your football match this evening?" And Amir says, "I'm sorry, Meera. Girls can't play football. Sports is for boys. Girls don't play sport." And Meera says, "I have been playing football with my parents since I was very little. Let me play and I'll show you." Okay, just this one time. On the football field, Meera scores a goal, winning the match for her team, on which she is the only girl. Everybody cheers. "Wow, Meera, you are really good. I'm sorry I said girls can't play football. Next time I'll think before discriminating against anyone." And Meera says, "Thank you." Now, do you think that in your life someone has anyone ever said that you can't do something because you are a girl or a boy? Yes or no answers. Have you been told that don't do this because you are a girl, don't do this because you are a boy? I'm glad to see some no's also, but in majority, yes. At different points of times, we have been told that you can't do this, and it's not just because I'm a girl. A boy might also have heard this. Don't do this because you're a boy. Okay, let's go to the second question. Have you been told not to play a game or wear something because you're a boy or a girl? Don't play this. Don't do this because you're a boy or a girl. Okay, this is a mixed response. I'm getting yes, no, yes, lots of yes now. Sometimes yes, that's true. Not really. Okay. How do you feel if this happens? If somebody tells you that you can't do this, you can't wear this, you can't say this, you can't feel like this, do you feel it is fair or unfair? Is it fair if somebody tells you that you can't do something because you are a boy or a girl? Unfair, okay? It's discouraging, okay? Painful, unhappy. I feel bad, okay? Of course, unfair. Okay, thank you so much, teachers, for these responses. Okay, thank you, teachers. Thanks a lot for engaging in this. So this was an example of a lesson plan that I was doing. The question that can be asked in the classroom. For the kids, we do not want them to discriminate against each other because of gender, and they might start doing it because of a lot of stereotypes that they see around them. So, first of all, it's required that we tell them that there is a concept like this also, right? And we should not be doing this because they might be doing it unknowingly. They might start doing it unknowingly. So, this was an example of let's learn gender equality, where we are introducing this concept. This is the lesson plan that I took you through. So you will see in the lesson plan, all these instructions are given. What you have to do, you have to take them into two groups, you have to ask the questions, you have to take responses. And if you would have observed when you were giving me responses, I was not saying that this is a right response, this is a wrong response. Accept all the responses because each child might have a different experience. Like the teachers, you all the teachers might have different experience. They might say yes to a question, they might say no to a question, or sometimes it's fair for all to accept all the answers. Then in the lesson plan, you'll also find the learning resource. The comic strip that I showed is also tagged in the lesson plan. You click on launch and you will go to the comic strip that you can use, and then you wrap up the session by having a brief discussion and then summarizing the key points and emphasizing the importance of treating everyone fairly and respectfully. So this was one example of lesson plan of embracing harmony in action. Do you think, teachers, this is doable in the classroom? The lesson plan that I showed, that I demoed here, can this be done with our kids in the classroom? I'm waiting for the responses. Okay. Sumi ma'am says yes. Ritu ma'am says yes. Radha ma'am says okay, ma'am. Pamela ma'am says yes, we can. Okay. Shilpa ma'am has a question. Does the lesson plan has videos to show to students? Yes. Different lesson plans are different types of learning resources, which is my next topic. I'll just show you that. Okay, lots of yes. Okay. So now, teachers, because you are saying yes, can I expect the traffic on embracing harmony to increase? Can we expect the teachers to log in into their accounts, use embracing harmony lesson plans in the classrooms? Can we expect that? Start small. We are not saying do all the lesson plans at once. Start small. Start with theme 1, which is feelings. Start with theme 2, which is on gender equality, right? But start doing these lesson plans, these classes on wellness for the kids. Okay. So, Shilpa ma'am had a question. Are there videos? So, not just videos, there are different types of learning resources that we have tagged. Um, so these learning resources are multidisciplinary in nature. So multiple intelligence theory, which says every child might interact with different types of resources differently. For some kids, they might engage more with a video. For some, it might be hands-on activities. For some, it might be singing or doing something or speaking out or writing. For that purpose, keeping that in mind that each child is different, engages differently with different resources. So we have used different types of assets, which are learning resources. So which some examples are, we have included music, we have included visuals, we have included some activities with which the kids can do on their own or in a team. There are some very good animations. There are some very nice hands-on activities, all sorts of learning resources that are being tagged. Let me show you some examples. So I'm playing a song called Song of a Tree. Let me know if you can hear it.
There was a tree in the middle of the ground, the prettiest tree, that you ever did see, the tree in the ground, and the green, green grass all around, and the green, green grass all around. And on that tree,
This is one example. Let me show you one more example. So this was a video where we are talking about different trees, how somebody comes, uses the tree, cuts the tree, and everyone dependent on the tree starts falling down. Then there is another theme in which we are talking about the animals. When we are moving to the ecology part, we are moving to the trees, plants, and animals. So there is one more type of resource where you can show the type of animal that we are saying, and there are good rhymes. You can sing along with this. For each animal, there is a sound and there is a rhyme.
Stomp like an elephant, big and grand. Stomp like an elephant, big and grand, leaving footprints across the land.
For each animal, we have given this sound recording.
Brown like a tiger, brown like a tiger with power and grace, chasing a deer. Who will win this race?
Right? So you can play the sound, you can sing along, ask the kids to repeat it with you while also imitating the sounds of these animals. So these were some examples of the learning resources that we have tagged. We urge you to explore the curriculum. Now a question might arise, where to explore this curriculum? So let me show you that also. You go to your Oxford Advantage LMS, you log in with your credentials. Let's say I am, as a teacher, I am entering the session. I'm a grade 1 teacher. Now here you can scroll the different subjects. Here, while scrolling, you'll see Embracing Harmony. You enter in it. And you can see all the themes that are in this particular grade. So, for example, this is theme 2, and here it has the same structure. You can play the lesson plan here. You will see the lesson plan that I conducted here, warm up, procedure, wrap up, and all the digital resources that are being tagged. You can launch it from here and you'll be able to see it. This was the comic strip that I showed. If you just want to look at the different learning resources, in grade 1, here you will see I have about 31 learning resources across the grade. There are stories, pictures, audio, songbook, video, all types of learning resources. So the only thing left for you to do is that you go and explore this for your classrooms. Do you think, teachers, this will be doable in the classroom? Will you pick this curriculum and start doing these in the classroom? Okay, I'm getting a lot of yes. Please, teachers, please use this curriculum and explore. First, explore at your end and then use these lesson plans in the classroom. If there are any questions, we are open to those questions. Okay. Seema ma'am says she already is using. Thank you, Seema ma'am. Thank you, Aisha ma'am, for the confirmation that you'll explore it. Okay. Teachers, if you have any questions, you can drop in your questions now. Okay. Over to you, Rajni. If we have any questions, we can take those questions up.
Thank you so much, Swati. We had a wonderful, engaging session, and I believe my teachers have got a very good understanding about how exactly we'll be conducting embracing harmony in the classrooms. And at the end of the day, we need to work for our children, and I believe this is one step ahead, wherein the teachers, apart from the subjects, will be able to help the children to get into this mode wherein the children will be able to express themselves. Thank you so much, Swati, for it. And teachers, if you have any questions, you can put it in the Q&A. And if not, then we'll be able to conclude the session for the day. Make sure after we complete this session, you will be getting a feedback form. Please fill that up so that you'll be getting a certificate for yourself. By any chance, if you do not get the certificate, I would request you all to get in touch with your excellence manager or put it in your WhatsApp group for the Oxford Advantage. So, any questions if we have? If no, then no. Then thank you so much and have a great evening, everyone. Thank you once again, Swati.
Thank
Thank you for the
you to
wonderful
all the
session.
teachers for listening to me so patiently. Thanks a lot. Please start using embracing harmony in the classroom to bring harmony in
We'll
your
be
classroom.
expecting videos and pictures from the school side in the WhatsApp group, definitely. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening. Thank you.